Hello, it's like in here to show you the Dora the Explorer and back to school kid. The color you see is that I went ahead and drew it by half part marker and then part crayon. But as you see, so you see right here is for story and poem, and then riddle riddle, or the riddle, or however you want to pronounce it for the riddle. And on here is that you see the school supplies. You see the notebook, and then along with the calculator, and then the pair of scissors, and then the backpack. But a lot of times at the schools would like for you to provide, for like your first day of school. But so far is that with the school supplies, you got the pencil, and then along with the glue, and along with the shapes, and so far as the subjects, it goes as with math and social studies or language arts, and then maybe band class and science, and then along right here is a book. And a lot of times is that you would read a book or a magazine or maybe a newspaper catalog or something like that. But you go through these pages, and each one of the pages could be about 1 or 2 pages long, or maybe 45 pages long. But then in the book is that you read them, and then it's like there's really hardly any pictures inside the book whenever you're reading, and it makes it kind of hard to know about what the story is about, unless it's like you got a picture in your mind about what you're reading about. But so far as reading, it's like if you want to maybe write your own book one of these days, or if you wanted to read a book or something like that. But so far with Dora the Explorer, that maybe you'll write a book, and maybe write like what you call a riddle, or write maybe a poem or a story about something. But so far as like with the subjects. But right here is like you add title is like for Dora the Explorer, and then a homework assignment. But add on there is that you say it's like it could be page page 40, or it could be page 13. So you add page 13, and then after there it's like reading. Reading, and then along with there, and then go. It's like to try to fit the number of words. It's like that if you were to try to write a little small, I guess you could say write big or small. That a lot of times is that if you were to write big, and you say you put today's date, it's like a lot of times it's like write the today's date for today on there. Or it's like the smallest. I don't know if everybody here has seen maybe the smallest handwriting is that it's like you got so you got date, or it could be about that tiny print. For both of those, got date, today's date. Or it could be something like a story, that you write that story right here. Is that the story? And that's big print, but then in small print it will be more like story. And but so far as reading story. Reading story of the day. Is like for a reading story of the day, and then you got that right there. You got the prints, and then maybe along where it's like this is like along with the smiley face. I know a lot of my teachers would put like a smiley face on there if they would read like a grade report that I would get from class. But so far as the book, it's like I'm gonna be working with is the purple crayon that you call it Elisha. I think it's raspberry red or purple, and along with the dark purple crayon, And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coloring the shapes. It's like you see the shapes right here is like for the blue shape that is to shade a little bit of that, and it's like for the pair of scissors I went ahead and drew up on top. It's like going to get the corners first, shake the corners in to make them darker, and then you got the scissors right there. You'll be able to cut the shapes out and then match them up with it. It's like a lot of times whenever you're in school that they would have you match it up with like what you call stencil art or something like that, scrapbooking or however you want to pronounce it. That you would go ahead and cut the shapes, and then along with the red, the triangle and then the square. So you got the shapes right there, but so far as Dora is that so far as with the way she dresses, it's that you go ahead and maybe add a little bit of red to her shirt. It's like maybe to dress her up, and of course is to add a little bit add a little bit of makeup to her. Add a little bit of the mouth, and maybe add a little bit of makeup to her face. I don't know if all of us here have seen Dora with a little bit of makeup on, but got there along with putting a little bit of blue right here on her shirts, short shirt sleeves, but got that, and then along with a little bit of blue right there for for up above, it's like for eyebrows or something. But anyway, you got Dora the Explorer, her with some makeup, to make herself look nice for school, and along here is a backpack, and then along with the calculator, and then along with the glue. But a lot of times it's like that you got the trumpet too for band class. But a lot of times is that it's like you were to go to class that you get yourself an A+ for the hard work. It's like, and so far as for coloring, it's that so far as for how to color. It's like to get yourself. It's like to underline. A lot of the teachers in schools is like so far as for subject. The word subject is to have the word underlined for knowing about what the section of the paperwork that you're working on. And so far as Dora the Explorer and Back to School Kid, and so far and is for Dora the Explorer.